What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. Today I am going to be reacting to a Islamic brother, and this man dropped some truths, and this was sent to me by more than one subscriber, so that lets me know that this has been going around and getting people's attention. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
But Islam is quite patriarchal, isn't it? I mean, doesn't the Quran say that men have authority over women?
Well, don't they? I mean, men are the ones who have been oppressing you all this time, right? I mean, according to your own narrative, men have been running the show. The feminists are asking for their so-called rights. From who exactly? Look, if you didn't have what you call patriarchy, then what you would have is a hell on earth for women. Because clearly, women do not have the power to coerce men, to force men, to make men deal with them this way or that way. If you're out somewhere and a man starts to chat you up and you don't want to be chatted up, what do? You tell him, I have a boyfriend, I'm married, and he goes away. You have to conjure up an imaginary man to get him to back off, because 9 times out of 10, only a man can keep another man in check, because men are inherently more dangerous than women. Instead of patriarchy, replace that word with bodyguard. What makes more sense? For you to be my bodyguard or for me to be your bodyguard? Who do you think is more capable of protecting who? From who? If men didn't protect women, who would? Why, men would do whatever they wanted. And isn't your bodyguard responsible for you? Shouldn't you listen to him if he says, for example, don't go here, don't go there, or let's take this route instead of that route because it's safer? Isn't that authority? But he's doing it for you. Would you feel resentment about that authority? That's irrational.
See, and this is one of my biggest gripes with this whole patriarchal conversation that women like to have and saying that they're oppressed. The patriarchy is the reason why you women can do what y'all do. Like, let's keep it real. The patriarchy protects women. Y'all can sit over here and say, oh, y'all are being oppressed, but if y'all were so oppressed, there wouldn't be so many women fighting to get into our country to have an opportunity to make something of themselves. You know how many, I've lost count of the amount of times women from other countries have asked me to help them out somehow, some way, by coming to the United States and getting a job. Everybody knows how easy it is to make a living for yourself in the United States. It's probably the only good thing about this country nowadays. So to sit over here and act like y'all so oppressed when the same thing that you claim is oppressing you is the same thing that is giving you all the opportunities and the protection that you want. Like, what are you really complaining about? And the patriarchy is made for women. So much so that y'all have created a gynocentric it's patriarchy, but in a sense we live in a gynocentric society. It's like, how can I put this? Just look at it as the Matrix. You know what I mean? You have the patriarchy. It's patriarchy, but the illusion that it gives off is that it's matriarchy. If you understand where I'm coming from with that. All right, let's keep it moving.
Look, you cannot dismiss the importance of physicality, human physicality. We're physical beings. Technology does not level the field the way you think it does. Let's say you have a business meeting and you have the meeting in a coffee shop. And while you're there, during the meeting, it gets late. It gets very late. And then the meeting is over. Your phone battery is dead. The coffee shop is closed. The client has left. And you came by Uber. Now you're alone in the dark with no way home. If it's me, I'll just walk home. If it's you, you would have been getting nervous and worried throughout the entire meeting, the later it got, worrying about how you're going to get home. You're not going to be worried about being assaulted by a gang of women. And if you were walking in the street by yourself late at night and you see a man coming towards you, which one of the two of you is more likely to be afraid? Who's going to be scared of who? But see, you in the West have confused this. The feminists have confused this. The red pillars have confused this power imbalance with superiority. We don't do that because we don't attach that kind of value to it. It just is what it is. The power imbalance, that literal physical power imbalance, that imbalance in the ability to coerce and exert force and to be violent, is just a fact and a reality of the power imbalance between men and women. But your culture is in love with power. It's in love with force. It's in love with violence. So to you, whoever has the greater capacity for violence, whoever has the greater capacity for being dangerous, then that person is better.
Ooh, I had to stop it right there because what he is describing, and I can attach the perfect example to this because I just covered this, man. The reason why women like Pookie and Ray Ray so much, because those guys are seen as masculine. Why? Because they typically are the most dangerous. And why are they the most dangerous? Because they think emotionally just like a woman, but they're in a man's body. Man, yeah, homie dropping some truth bombs, man. I'm gonna let him cook. Let's go.
The one who can exert his will is better. Whoever has the power to force people to do something is better. And whoever is weaker is less. It's because you admire power so much, and you admire force, and you admire the ability to coerce, that you find yourself resenting that men have authority over women, or the idea, the concept of men having authority over women, because you think it's unfair. You think that women are being deprived. But remove that authority and see how deprived you'll be. Remove that authority and you will be in danger. You will be deprived of your safety. You'll be deprived of your security, your freedom, and maybe your life. In the Muslim world, we're not confused about this. And we don't think in terms of better or higher value on this basis, except in terms of piety and righteousness. And what each person's role is, and what their duties are in society, in the family, all naturally proceeds from their abilities and capacities. I'm not equal to a woman who is more pious than me, but I may have authority over her, because authority does not mean the same thing as superiority. It's just a function. It's just a function that doesn't carry any particular implications about it with regards to value. But your society assigns value to it, assigns a value to it that's inappropriate, that is not an obvious value to be assigned to it. You in the West, because you've largely become atheist, will make fun of Muslims, will make fun of our intelligence, because, as you say, we believe in fairy tales. You say we believe in a God without evidence. We have no evidence to prove the existence of God, but we believe in him. Meanwhile, you invent a concept, this concept of equality, and treat it as sacred, and you believe in it religiously, with religious devotion, and you demand that everyone believes in it, and no one can dare doubt the reality and the holy truth of the concept of equality, even though all evidence that you are exposed to on a daily basis disproves that concept. So you'll make fun of us and you'll look down on us and you'll insult our intelligence for believing in something that you say we don't have any proof for. Meanwhile, you're believing in something for which all of the proof that exists disproves it. You see how incoherent you're thinking?
Very, 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 very valid point, man. I never really thought about that, man, but he makes a valid point. But I do want to. I got to check him on one thing though. The red pillars, Um, we're not confused about this. The women, very much so. But the red pillars are actually trying to explain the same things that you are, especially if they're, crossing over between the passport bro content like I am, because this is something that you'll notice once you guys start traveling, man. Uh, it's really sad to see that this thing called equality has divided the country so much, and it's for the reasons that he mentioned. Um, and I want to go back to what he said about red pillars being confused. The red pillars are actually the ones that are trying to expose the very thing that you mentioned in this clip, but it falls on deaf ears. We get shunned. We're being told that we're crazy. We're told that we're misogynistic. We're oppressing. All the different kind of sign language and stuff that clearly this man in the clip has heard the same thing as well. You pretty much get told that what you're saying doesn't make any sense, when in reality it actually has all the sense in the world, and it's exposing how illogical this thing that they're pushing so hard for equality is. Men and women will never be equal. We are different. We value different things. We bring different values to situations. You know what I mean? Men and women are yin and yang. You know what I mean? That's why I always say we are better together. Because reality is that we need each other. You know what I mean? That's never going to change. Now, if you want to talk about like survival, kind of like, like Gorilla's Island, okay. From a survival perspective, yeah, men don't really need women. But as far as continuing to function as a society, yes, we need each other. We want to bring the next generation in, we're going to need women. We need kids to be nurtured, we're going to need women. Need to show kids discipline, you're going to need men. Want to show kids how to be a leader, you're going to need men. And I can go on and on. But this is one of the reasons why I appreciate this new experience of traveling so much, because you get to see how other cultures interact with one another as far as male and female, and you understand why their situations and their marriages tend to work out better than what we have going on in the USA. And a part of it is starting with the culture, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to react to this clip, because I thought it was pretty dope coming from an Islamic brother. And I think I'm starting to see why guys like Sneeko and Andrew Tate are turning Muslim, because clearly the Muslims understand it. And that's why they're not confused like we are over here. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification. That way I know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.